What up, y'all? Welcome to What's in the Box Track. Yo, I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning so far. Um, the Lakers just, I don't, oh my gosh, that was rough to watch. And it's funny because even rough to watch, the Lakers still had their chances. So when you look at the bottom of the league and you say, oh man, the teams at the bottom of the league are rebuilding or what have you, the type of teams that are in the record range of the Lakers just don't belong there, and that's the perplexing part. But you belong where your wins and losses are. At the end of the day, it's a very archaic way to view things, but hey, it's the reality, right? So, try to get some more energy. It's hard though, so let's get into the stats real quick because this was a tough game to watch in general. All right, so the Lakers lose last night to the Heat, 98-112. If you guys watched What's in Box yesterday, at the end of the breakdown of the Orlando game, I told you guys that the Miami Heat, man, they're number one in the league in opponent attempts. The opponents average about 84 shots against them, and it showed, man. They only allowed 77 attempts by the Lakers. Now, while they shot 92, I mean, it doesn't take a lot of rocket science to figure this out, man. If I shoot 15 more times than you, my odds of winning the game are just much higher. Um, Field goal percentage, both teams didn't shoot, I guess, for today's league, great. Your barometer is 47, 48% shooting is a little too high for defense, but I think that changes in today's league because the three-pointer and just how defenses are spread out. So, 48% for both teams around there, it is what it is. Listen, I want to say this because I hear this on every broadcast, and I understand that a lot of analysts do not, or TV analysts do not get a chance to watch every game, and that's fair, right? Like to assume that they're going to watch every game and see what we all see when we watch our favorite teams is not fair to them. So the Lakers are not a bad 3-point shooting team; they're an average one, and that is fine if you're not bad at everything else, which they really aren't. It's game to game. So I have I know a lot of you guys will watch this and say, "Oh, you're just being a homer." Or whatever, but I have a tough time with this team because they're not categorically terrible. Last year, when you looked at the stats, the Lakers were bad at everything. Most turnovers, worse free throw shooting, worse 3-point shooting, points in the paint, they were okay, but they were still pretty bad at it. They were bad at everything. This year, they're middle of the road at worst in a lot of categories. That second half and clutch scoring, they're down there at the bottom. There are a couple things they are at the bottom at. But to be beat the way they get beat, and I know it's without Anthony Davis, but it just, I don't know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. You can tell I'm kind of perplexed. Um, Not that they were guaranteed to beat Miami. It's just the way that they lost was so whack. Look, free throw percentage, Lakers shot 73%. That's negligible. It's 4 free throws. They aren't getting to the line as much. So it was 15 attempts to 16 attempts. Miami shot 81%. That's really only 2-point loss there. The Lakers did out rebound the Heat overall, and they really cleaned that up in the second half, but they lost the offensive rebound battle. And here's the thing, man, 19 second chance points. Um, 19 second chance points on 10 offensive rebounds to 8 Laker offensive rebounds. The Lakers only had 9 second chance points. You're going up against Bam, so it's reasonable. Players just coming back off injury, a little bit well rested. Look, all of that sounds like nonsense. You have to win those battles. The bottom line, you have to win those battles. Overall, they won the rebound battle, and that's fine. But defensive rebounds, that's cleaning up a defense. That's finishing a defense. And if you have young kids that are playing right now, that is one of the keys to defense is finishing your defense with a rebound. Now, I've heard people try to say that some players are good defensive players because they rebound, and that's stupid. But a bad rebounding team ultimately ends up being a bad defensive team. You're out of position. Anybody who's been into the game long enough knows how this works. If I don't rebound, I'm out of position. And if I'm out of position, the team gets a chance for a second chance opportunity and score. Usually that score is pretty quick. So Lakers did have 25 assists. That was nice. No steals whatsoever. The Heat had 14 steals. And this is where we get into the ugly side of the game. 26 Laker turnovers to 6 Miami Heat turnovers. 26, guys. 26 is crazy. The Lakers average about 14. If you look at the maybe now today, it might be a little different after 26. That's definitely going to raise the average. But if you look, man, 14 is about between 7th and 15th in the league in turnovers. I might be taking away a few, but again, they're not terrible in this stat. But geez, man, 26 is just a lot. And that led to 31 points off turnovers, which led to the game. If you keep your turnovers down, if you look at the run they were able to make in the fourth, and they held, and yes, they did hold. It wasn't that Miami went cold. The Lakers played great defense in the fourth, but they only scored 20 points because they turned the ball over so much. It just was ridiculous. Points in the paint, the Lakers lost that battle. Kind of expected that. Bam is nice. Guards are getting their toe in the paint and hitting turnaround jumpers on the Lakers. That seems to be a thing that I see a lot in the league when you got a smaller player on you. That's smart basketball. In the past years, those players were shooting threes, and that was stupid basketball. Listen, like I told you guys, I'm not going to push the panic button until I feel certain that they are completely out. And I really don't feel like they're at least completely out of the play-in, right? Can they catch up with OKC? I think so. I think OKC will have enough losses, right? Can they catch up with Minnesota? And I think so. I think that ultimately there'll be enough losses. Golden State is probably going to move up, but I don't really guarantee that one either, to be honest with you, when you look at the teams at the top of the league. But it can't be like this. And, press conferences, I haven't listened to it, but LeBron said he doesn't want to play. I get it. But this one is on you a little bit here, and the coaching staff. If I'm a coach and I'm looking at what Darvin Ham did yesterday, the only thing I'll say differently is I don't take Troy Brown Jr. out the game until he misses a shot, right? He had 3 threes in a row, maybe 4 or something like that. I don't take him out the game until he misses a shot, period. You go with the hot hand, and I run sets for him because he's hitting his shot. LeBron forced the action a little bit too much. It sort of became that kind of superhero thing that stars do. Luka seems to be great at it. If we're being really fair to these players, Luka's great at it. Putting the cape on and winning the game, that is a Luka thing right now today. That's a Luka thing. Steph Curry thing, a Dame Lillard thing. Over his career, that's not really a LeBron thing to score in the end. LeBron is a make the right play in the end player. And there's nothing wrong with that. But on this team at this time, he has not been that guy, right? 6 turnovers from LeBron last night. You guys want to blame this on Russ so bad. But when I watch these games, Bron is doing the same things you guys blame Russ for. Anyway, Lakers play the Heat in a couple days. I will holler at y'all after that, man. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. You can catch me and my homeboy Suge on Twitch tonight, twitch.com/TrekLifeMusic for the Mr. Suge and Trek Life show. That'll be at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I'll holler at y'all, man. Peace.